Welcome back to the round trip with John Sienna and Cassidy Wong. Markets took a step in the right direction this week after Israel and Iran settled their differences and announced a ceasefire led by the US, after the US got involved by dropping a lot of bombs on Iran. And what could have turned into World War III ended quickly, with only a 12-day war. Also, Secretary Lutnick announced that 2 days ago, the US and China signed their trade deal, but which went pretty unnoticed. So, how's the sentiment? Are we bullish here? What's up?
Hey John, welcome back. So this week, a lot of the token prices are down, largely due to the macro tensions by the war. However, Circle actually hit an all-time high this week. Their market cap actually briefly flipped Coinbase's market cap. Also, the total circulating value of USDC itself. So it got pretty wild for a briefly time. So yeah, this isn't just about the price action itself. The bigger picture here, Circle is not probably maybe they're not positioning itself as just the USDC issuer anymore. They're becoming the infrastructure layer for a wave of new localized stablecoins that we haven't seen yet. Think beyond dollar packs. So momentum is definitely clearly shifting towards public companies. Investors, they're now looking at more regulated public listed players as the future of crypto resilience, especially in this risk off environment.
Yes, I think we have to look at Circle as the stablecoin issuer, not the USDC issuer, because more and more jurisdictions are going to look to the most compliant, most well-regulated, and public option. So yeah, the fact that it crossed Coinbase's market cap, that's I think when the shorts started to pile on, because it even crossed the market cap of USDC itself. It's crazy, really crazy. And then yeah, this week also in the public markets, there's two new PIPE and one SPAC deal with Anthony Pompliano's ProCap. They raised 750 million, and yeah, it's potentially going to hold up to $1 billion in Bitcoin. This guy's got a huge name. And then also Vivek Ramaswamy. Did you see that? He also announced something.
Yeah, so I think they're actually one of the major players also stepping into the spotlight. They did a headline grabbing Bitcoin pipe deal this week. Also raised 755 million through a private investment. It's around like 1.35 per share, but the premium was over 121% the previous closing price. So yeah, there's with this premium, they also have 750 additionally premium on the table. This will be add up to maybe around 1.5 billion as we look at it right now. So yeah, this is definitely something notable from the headline news this week.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, with all these, they're all competing in, the same US market, and they're also competing against ETFs, maybe even mining companies that hold a lot of Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and then traditional companies that also hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. It doesn't seem like there's too much differentiation. I know Strive, they plan to like buy some distressed Bitcoin claims from like Mt. Gox, and then also do some other like financial instruments regarding Bitcoin. But they're competing with MicroStrategy already. They're competing with BlackRock's ETF, and I think it's like investors have seen like, okay, yeah, maybe I get a premium to NAV, but I think that premium will be larger with like the companies that are able to raise more. And once that NAV and like the actual market cap of the stock gets closer, I think we'll see a slowdown in all these like public Bitcoin treasuries. So who knows how far that is, but I've already seen like with like kind of some smaller ones and like second tier markets and stock exchanges, like they haven't been doing that well. So I think these days are numbered, especially when you consider like how much they're competing. And yeah, it seems also like yeah, regarding into like the public markets, yeah, we also have like countries like Pakistan, which announced like they're doing their Bitcoin reserve, and now this past week, Texas announced that they're doing theirs. Was signed into law, and what's interesting with this one is they actually allocated 10 million to buying Bitcoin, where Arizona and New Hampshire they just have like the Bitcoin reserve, and it's more straightforward. They're not using like the public funds in the same way. I think I forget. I think it's Arizona. They're going to use like seized assets, and have it in their reserve. But Texas is actually going forward and buying Bitcoin. So
Mhm.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think this is definitely becoming a worldwide sensation. Not even beyond state level. Even countries are they're all getting involved with holding bitcoins, and definitely embracing stable coins. This week, a lot of the Asia banks, they're like Asia banks as a big player in finance. They're also stepping into stablecoin arena. Um, why do all these banks care in Asia? For example, in Korea, in Japan, and also in Hong Kong, they're also exploring stable coins pegged to their local currencies. Because they see it as a shield, maybe as a tool also to prevent deposit flight. So they probably can foresee a lot of customers moving their money into dollar peg coins. Um, Maybe they're using it as a they're seeing it becoming a huger, like a big piece of pie, and then they want a small piece of it. They don't want to lose all these deposits, and a lot of all these major banks across all these countries, they're looking into stablecoin dollar peg. They're taking actions.
Yeah, so I think all these countries that see like that USDC and USDT, since they're buying a lot of treasuries, it's giving the US like a third buyer besides like other countries and markets, um, to buy these US treasuries and keep the cost of debt low. South Korea, which is notably a highly indebted country, they're yeah working on their own stable coin after their new president won. And so 8 banks are working together in this consortium to have a won peg stablecoin, and that's aiming to come out next year. And then also, yeah, in China, JD.com is also experimenting with stablecoins because they see it as more of a way to cut down costs between supplier payments.
Yeah, a huge headline news also happening in China this week is Guotai Junan. They surged 300% on up in their crypto trading approval. So they actually just received from Hong Kong's SFC to upgrade its securities trading license and also include virtual asset services. It's becoming the first mainland Chinese backed broker in Hong Kong. They're offering a full crypto trading covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also stablecoin, along with some advisory services.
Yeah, so their stock was actually trading up over 100% in the intraday. And I think that's because a lot of people are reading into like, okay, what does this actually mean? So I think what it actually means is China's getting one step closer to offering cryptocurrencies in the mainland market, which would be huge. We haven't seen like yeah mainland crypto trading for quite a while. I mean, notably, yeah, China's banned Bitcoin. I don't know how many times, but maybe the last time. Well, it's actually coming back this time, and it might be coming back for good.
Yeah, so actually, a crypto KOL, AB Huadong, he actually recently revealed that both Guotai Junan and Futu, two of the major traditional finance players, they're moving into crypto. They're running on backed infrastructure provided by Hashkey. So this not surprised. It actually sent Hashkey's price up around like 37%, trading at around like 0.67, and peaking a little bit over 0.7.
Hmm. It's interesting to see like the crypto link to the financial players going up, but it seems like, more broadly that the crypto linked stocks have been outperforming crypto itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it's because like there's so many crypto tokens now, and like everyone has a limited attention span. It's a lot easier to focus on these crypto stocks, uh, just compared to like the hundreds of thousands of coins that are out there, and they're better regulated, and you could use your traditional platforms that are already linked to your bank account instead of going through like numerous steps and trading on dexes. I think we really have to follow the trend here. It's pretty obvious that stablecoins are rising fast globally, and that public listings for crypto assets will just continue, but with Bitcoin taking the spotlight. And the lines between TradeFi and crypto are blurring, with crypto's biggest players partnering with more established financial institutions, and that this convergence will shape the next phase of global adoption.
Mhm. So from stablecoin into like OD's Bitcoin $1 billion Bitcoin treasury plays, crypto is definitely repositioning.
Yep. Any other thoughts for this week?
Well, I'm looking forward to next time when Bitcoin hits all-time high.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens in con this,
Mhm.
maybe next week and the following, but maybe there'll be some market moving announcements there. We'll see. But until next time, this has been the round trip. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Sean.